So welcome to this third Compassion Sangha. First of all, I want to ask, can you hear me? You can just tell me. And good, perfect, I see, good. And can you see me? And is the quality pretty good? Okay, I'm working on all those things. Great, thank you. It's so nice to see all of you. Thank you so much for being here and for taking the time to do a compassion meditation when you can be doing so many other things right now. So thank you. Let's do a little wave hello and just say hello to everyone. You can just look at the people here, put on your camera if you like, send some compassion through your smile. So nice to see you. Great. That's the first part of our metta practice. Great. So today we'll do a Tonglen practice, probably in 3 parts, like a pre-Tonglen with breathing, and then a Tonglen for a loved one, and then one for ourselves and all other beings. And the goal was to keep building clarity and kindness of presence and a kind of tenderness of heart for all beings and for ourselves. Some of you have been emailing me and asking what a Sangha is, saying, well, I'm apparently part of this Wednesday Night Compassion Sangha, but I don't really know what I'm part of. What's a Sangha? So in Sanskrit and Pali, Sangha means a group of people, a community that supports each other in the path to growth. So a community that supports each other in better understanding themselves. Another literal translation of Sangha in Sanskrit is connection that brings joy, growth, and fulfillment. So that is what we're aspiring toward in the name. And we'll start with this practice of Tonglen. And it's a way to connect to experience and breathe into the heart, kind of as a guiding post. The words of psychologist Richard Miller: what you're willing to be with, you move beyond. So that is the goal of the meditation today. Go ahead and sit in your very comfortable seated position, and we'll start with something that will just hopefully feel really good. We will just start by massaging the jaw. So for a few breaths, you give yourself that luxury, maybe something you haven't done yet today. And you might just trace the eyebrows for a second, just for some relaxation. I know it's hard to jump right into a meditation from whatever else you're doing, so we'll just do this for a little bit. And you can trace from the eyebrows to the jaw now with this intention of self-compassion. And finally, just put those hands in the back of the neck and apply light pressure, some self-compassion. And just how good this feels. Wonderful. And we'll just take 3 deep breaths, 4, 7, 8 breaths. So when you're ready, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and breathe out through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we'll do that 2 more times. Deepest breath you've taken all day, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and exhaling through the mouth, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And last time, inhaling for 1, 2, 3, 4, hold, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and exhaling through the mouth for 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So having released the tensions, the worries, begin by finding your most comfortable seat and closing your eyes. And welcome to this practice of mindfulness and Tonglen inspired breathing. So just let the breath settle into its own natural pace. Turning your attention inward with your eyes closed. And let your mind rest on the gentle rhythm of your breathing. Notice the quality of the in-breath, bringing the cool air in, letting it fill you. And the air that goes out is warm and more humid. Just watch these subtle sensations. Of the breath coming in being colder and drier. And the air going out being soft and moist. Subtle sensations. Physical sensations that are just there for you to observe them. Just stay with this transformation of the breath. The natural transformation. Now, as you continue breathing with the out-breath, can you send the wish that others be happy? Keeping the same rhythm of the breath, with that natural warmth of the breath, can you send the wish that others find peace and joy and well-being? Each breath out, an offering of loving kindness. Let the cool air in, let it fill you, and then send the warm air out. Imagining that it sends those wishes of warmth and compassion to others. And now for a second, feel into your chest and heart, and you might even put a hand there on your chest. And with that hand there, it's like a coming home. Maybe you feel your heart beating. Feel this warmth in your heart and imagine that it's a bright, radiant light. And with every breath out, imagine that there's a healing light that goes from your heart to your palm, from your heart right to your hand, and into your whole body. Filling your hand with this bright, radiant light from your heart. Because what a treat to make contact with your heart. And you can release the hand back down And thank yourself for having done this 5-minute centering practice of connecting to your breath, connecting to your heart, connecting to your natural warmth. And you can listen to the sound of the bell, another kind of awareness, and gently opening your eyes. How is that for you? You can put something in the chat or make a facial expression that I can read. But it's wonderful to see your faces, but it's always good to hear just how it went. And I think it's interesting for others to know how it went. So a heart, that's nice. A lot of heart there, right? I think it's always amazing how much meditation can be done in just 5 minutes. Soothing, nice, inspiring, peaceful. Good. Focusing, like coming home. I hope that it is like a coming home. Finally feeling the light. All the light is right here. And there is so much healing at the heart, and this practice tries to make contact with that. And in this spirit, to today's meditation, I brought an associate that will be guiding us a little bit. I brought this orchid here today. It's right next to me. So this is my associate for this practice, because this orchid, just naturally as it is, it gives that oxygen, especially at night. It doesn't need to do anything. It just gives out this beautiful oxygen for us to enjoy and breathe in. And this is just like your heart. This is like a model for your heart. When your heart is at peace, when your heart is at rest, it just naturally gives out compassion. It naturally gives out warmth. If you focus your attention on something, it'll naturally become fond. And that becomes a resource for other people. So just like this orchid creates a resource of beauty, of oxygen, that's like your heart. And it's even pink. So it's a perfect associate to help me in my meditation today. I'll just keep it here for a little bit. Wonderful. So maybe my associate is flourishing, yes. So let's do another practice, and this will be Tonglen for a loved one. So are we ready again? So maybe take a deep breath in, taking a deep breath out through the mouth. Let's begin this meditation by gently closing your eyes. And welcome to this practice of Tonglen for a loved one. Relax the forehead. Fully, deeply relax your forehead as a treat for yourself today. And release those eyebrows. Soften the eyes. Soften the shoulders. Release the belly and the hips. And now let the body be heavy so you can be light. And from this place of relaxation, think of a loved one. And as you bring this person to mind, just imagine that he or she is right in front of you. So you can sense their presence. Sense their loving presence. Relax into that care. And as you hold this person in mind, reflect that just like you, this person wants to be happy and healthy. And that just like you, this person has ups and downs. And just like you, this person knows what love and joy feel like. And also know what pain and suffering feels like. Recognize that although this person strives to be fully happy, part of being human is experiencing all kinds of challenges. Just being in a body is tough. So with that spirit of common humanity, wish for your loved one. May you be happy. Feeling the intention in those words. May you be happy. Enjoying sending the wish. May you be safe and peaceful. May you be free from suffering and free from the root of all suffering. And may you be spacious enough for all your challenges. May you, my loved one, feel peace and joy. And may you bring peace and joy and ease to others. Like dropping a pebble in a pond, feel the effect of those wishes in your body, in your heart. And now feel one more time, sense this warmth at your heart. Feel this warmth that's there naturally at your heart. And imagine that your heart is full of space and full of light. That your heart is all radiant white light. And keeping that image in mind, imagine that this person's suffering is a cloud or a fog. And on your next in-breath, imagine you could relieve your loved one's suffering just by breathing. That as you breathe in, this cloud begins to dissolve in the warm, radiant light at your heart. With every in-breath, making space for this person's suffering in your heart. And their suffering dissolves completely in the warmth of your heart. Because suffering shared is not the same suffering anymore. It is very much lightened. This light at your heart represents all the strength, all the goodness in you. And as you breathe in a little of this cloud, imagine it being transformed by the goodness of your heart. And that you breathe out fresh air. And you breathe out healing energy to your loved one. And imagine this cloud, this fog, getting smaller, getting lighter. You are sending out joy, well-being, peace. Stay with that visualization for a minute. breathing as an act of love. And transforming suffering with that healing energy of your heart. Sending your loved one courage and compassion. And seeing if any joy arises as you do this. And now, as we come to the end of this meditation practice, imagine that as a result of sending out this light and this warmth from your heart, your loved one has received strength, courage, peace, and happiness. And let yourself find joy in this warmth and expansiveness of your own heart. And as you're ready, coming back, my orchid associate was sitting on my bells, so that was a little impolite, but I got to the bells anyway at the end of the meditation. So how is that Tonglen practice for a loved one for you? I love, thank you so much for those of you who write it down. I see this, which I appreciate so much, and it's so nice to see your faces. So know that that warmth is there, and if you make space, you do lighten suffering. You really do. I think it's not just an image. You do lessen suffering if you make space. You kind of imagine it really making contact with your heart, inviting it into your heart. So I see words like necessary, beautiful, hopeful, peaceful, beautiful and painful. It can be, because just the suffering of life is. But you know that this whole community is doing it with you. I came from my friend Kim, who was suffering. May Kim be well. Healing, relaxing, powerful, hope-filled, relief. I remember to appreciate plants. Yeah, wonderful. I feel my heart more open. So you kind of touch an experience directly by breathing it in. There's a teaching in Buddhism that every possibility contains within it the opposite possibility. So every piece of suffering contains within it the possibility of compassion, kind of the step toward compassion. And that's why it's very hard to judge things and put things into category as good or bad. My favorite phrase from the Lotus Sutra, which is the most sacred Buddhist text, is that poison is medicine, or that suffering is compassion. So things are always transforming into their opposites, transforming back. And it's like the breath. It's cool, it's warm, it's a cycle. Suffering, compassion is a cycle. And you're kind of invited into that process with Tonglen. And I wanted to do a longer last practice, but we'll have to save it for next time, of self-Tonglen and Tonglen with others. So we'll start with that next time. Let's just do another 20-second practice. So gently closing your eyes and just imagine any suffering you've experienced today and any suffering that anyone here meditating now has experienced today. And one more time, feel that spaciousness at your heart. And just for a few moments, can you breathe in any heaviness that's in you or any heaviness that's in the group? Just let it into your heart and breathe out compassion for yourself and breathe out compassion for everyone present right now, across space, across time zones. Sending out some light, sending out some tenderness, some warmth. Imagine that as a result of you sending out this compassion from your heart, all those beings, known and unknown, have received renewed courage, renewed strength, renewed ease and peace, including yourself. And we'll just end with a dedication. May all beings live in peace and harmony. And may our lives and our practice be nourishment for the freedom of all beings everywhere. And thank yourself for having done this practice today. And when you're ready, gently opening your eyes. And thank you so much for being here and for this powerful energy of practicing in community. This is one of the most advanced practices. This is very advanced Tibetan practice. This is what the Dalai Lama does every single day, every single morning. So you're very much part of a community as you do this. And just to feel that community sense, if you want to send a nice wish to everyone you've done Tonglen for, everyone you've received Tonglen from at this point, if you just want to send a wish like, may you be happy, or may you meet your suffering as a spacious container. I'll read them aloud. May you rest restoratively. Yeah, sweet dreams, may you rest restoratively. May you be well and happy. Very nice wishes. May you be a spacious container this week for everything that happens. May you feel lighter this week. May you feel your own light. May you know peace. May you love yourself. I wish you light and happiness. May you have ease. May you be grateful. Blessings. Wonderful. So I realize 25 minutes isn't very long, but maybe it's short enough that you can squeeze this into your night, which I really appreciate. And when you have a wonderful week, we'll start again with Tonglen next week as a continuation of this today. And I look forward to seeing you again soon. Have a good night. May you be well. Thank you so much. Good night. May you feel loved. May you find peace with yourself and others. Such nice wishes. And I thank you for joining today.